We are anyway. Hope he doesn't get a fine later on. 8.7 kilometres to go. You can see that they are within hand, but how much have they got left? Now, Hardegots is a good one-day rider. He's got a decent climb on him as well. He's a proper all-rounder. You know, a bit of time trialling, a bit of sprinting, you name it. Only 24. That's why, indeed, it's hard to define at the moment, because it's just about good at all things. Les Yetzabol just being accepted now. And the pennant man saying, yeah, that's the side that's the quickest. Please go that way. Bol says, no, thanks. Just drifts over to the right. Possibly bought himself a Minty Magnum. I'm not quite sure. He's not going fast at the moment. I'm not surprised. These guys are, but it's last man standing from this trio. Who's going to have that right? Possibly Hardegots. He's on the nose at the moment. No combativity award within this race, but now start to lean in and take on these flick-flacks, if you will. And there's plenty more of those. Get used to it. Check behind. And nothing seen just for the time being, but here they are, just mobbing everyone. Cue Jaws music. Let us see. Let's hope that everyone stays on board and that this can be a reasonably clean sprint. They've got to get to that coveted 3Ks to go marker, Brian. And the problem here is that the 3Ks to go is at the top of a climb.
Yeah, I was just thinking the problem here is, you know, spectators or pedestrians just walking across the road in front of the peloton. But yeah, it's really nervy. You've got Soudal trying to look after the world champion now, and potentially it's just safety more than anything. So they're there in numbers. Bora Hansgrohe on the right hand side. Looks as if you know, Ineos Grenadiers do have the kind of numbers to look after Hayter, but Bernal also getting involved. He's just come up on the left-hand side, so yeah, chasing a seagull.
Still no sign of Ethan Hayter actually back up front. I beg your pardon. There's Puccio who's coming up. He's dragging Egan Bernal.
There he is.
No, not quite. Not just yet. That's Ben Tullett, I think.
Yeah.
Who just got a little bit of a nudge. Thinks, all right, I'll go the long way round and then I'll do all this again. Remco Evenepoel is on wheel 2 at the moment. This first and foremost will be into a good position with 3 kilometres to go. That's a climb, don't forget. If Evenepoel has got even a sniff of glory today, he'll dig in, he'll have a go, and for that we absolutely love him. Soudal Quickstep bringing up the world champion, Jan van Wilder. They've got Jan Hurt as well, of course, but he wasn't great in Oman, I remember. Meanwhile, just wrestling with the bike, Fausto Masnada is very keen. He's also very much acting as wheelman at the moment, but all they're doing is leading in a line of Ineos Grenadiers at the moment. And that's the end of the breakaway with 6.2 kilometres to go, and it's Soudal Quickstep that picked this up. Remco Evenepoel and his cold weather gear unzipped, was carrying too much of that. Don't know if he's handed it out. Evenepoel, is he the wheel to follow? Kokar's not that far away. Neither is Roglic, who's just starting to sniff. We can see Sepp Kuss. Roglic himself, I think, is within that little packlet. 6Ks to go. Is Evenepoel going to have a laugh today? This would be something. They come over this little peak. This turns into a gentle downhill that takes us to about 4.5 kilometres to go. So you can see them freewheeling at the moment. I think that's Ethan Hayter now.
Yeah, moving up in the route.
Just got the late call. Where are you, mate? I said, oh, I'm at the back here enjoying an ice cream. Well, it's now, and he rides the centre line and just about tags on. Took him a while, Brian, but he's back in. No. And lots of it as well, and everyone has been woken up. Oh, we'll wait and see who's involved with that. And therein lies the danger. Thankfully, Ethan Hayter avoided that, but that's the sort of thing you can get caught behind quite easily. Oh, nightmare. This is not nice to see at all, Brian. Not nice to see. That's Cataldo at the side of the road, I'm afraid. Oh, and there's plenty of others here as well. That's Anthony de la Place for Arkea just on the road. And there's 6 or 7 riders here who are not in the best shape at all, I'm afraid. That was heavy.
It was heavy and it was fast at the time. They took a hard knock. You just want to see it again. So they were going pretty quickly here. Just a little bit further back in the peloton. Looking behind.
Whoa.
Oh, he brings down. Is that...
it's not Yates, is it?
George Bennett, it might have been. And the Jumbo-Visma rider. Whoa, I think he rode over a bike there, but never looked back. And it was a case of... the Alpecin Deconic rider looked back. George Bennett was coming around, it looked like, and they just locked together, unfortunately.
Couldn't see who the UAE rider was, Brian, that ended up on that side of the road.
He's saying Popovic is there. Cataldo is injured. He's trying to get the race doctor.
Yeah, Stora's detailed as being involved as well. Not something you want to dwell on, but watch the UAE rider here. Oh, goodness me.
He just gets tagged from behind.
Yeah. Did you see who it was, Brian?
No,
It's too far
I don't
out.
know who it was in UAE. I thought it, by the looks like it could have been Bennett, but at that speed, very, very difficult. But very nasty accident there.
Oh, gather yourselves, 3.9 kilometres to go. So still 900 metres before safety for those who are indeed involved overall. Sepkus in settling mode, just hits the front. Well, we were jesting, weren't we, about Ethan Hayter being out of position, but that's the reason why you've got to be there, Brian. You don't want to get caught out. Here's your overhead. Gosh, that was a drive over.
Just walk at the. Oh, he rode over. He rode over one of the riders, the Jumbo Visma.
Yes.
Was it the Movistar rider on the right-hand side?
Goodness me.
It's just the pure speed of that. It's carnage. Carnage. And not nice to see. Christian Sparagli.
Oh, dear, dear, dear. I don't want to dwell on this too much. They will be nicely attended to, thank heaven, but this is not what you want to see.
What is it?
He's going to try and finish, and for that we are grateful. I think it's Caden Groves, but here we go. Back up to the front. Apologies. Now, dig yourselves in, why don't you? And, well, safety first, that's what it's all about. And Primož Roglič is on about 6 wheel at the moment, 3.1 kilometres remaining. So, after so many replays of something we didn't really want to see, but let's move on. This is our descent. Now, this is a significant one. You better be in a decent position here, Brian, and there's been a lot of fracturing, by the looks of things, on that last climb. Sort yourselves out, why don't you? And this is not good. Michael Storer, it was. I beg your pardon. I was trying to pick out my Antipodean for Groupama France is back on, but this looks like this is something we can almost deal with later, guys. And here we go, back down and into town. Now then, have your assumptions changed here, Brian? With 2.5 kilometres to go, this doesn't unwind until we get for about another kilometre. This descent.
No, not at all, but safety first and foremost. We've said this in this finish all day long, and you know, most of the GC contenders are right up there towards the front. This is probably the most trickiest part here. Screaming into town, gentle left-hander right now, more focused right-hander that just keeps going. In fact, beg your pardon, that one straightens out just a little bit. This is not what we want to see. It's not welcome, I'm afraid, and certainly not the replay with less than 2Ks to go. That Jumbo rider vaulted over one of the bikes. Still can't see who the UAE rider was that was involved with getting his back wheel tagged. Not even quite sure whether he'd held his line or was drifting to the centre, but nonetheless, not a nice sight. 1,700 metres remaining. Ready for your climb, Brian? It's coming up right now. Here we go. Yeah, we're over the most technical of this run in towards the finish. So, you know, just concentrating now. As we turn right here, we start to head off the coast. The riders will already know this, and then when we turn left we start to go slightly uphill all the way to the finish. So it's about where you're positioned now. Very important to have that good position, and as we can see, Primož Roglič with his teammate in front is positioned at about 6 or 7. Yeah, Tobias Foss dragging him in, and here we go. Get ready for the pickup. Through your twists and turns, unboarded barriers here. And so here we are. Flamme Rouge now beckons, and it's time to light it up. Well, have they got themselves... they're still double-checking over shoulders here. Is it now? That's the big question. Is that Geraint Thomas who's involved up front here? Can't quite see screen for the time being. Let's wait and see. So double checks over shoulders, and Primož Roglič is here, screened from you at the moment. And has he got the wherewithal to
press that button. Ethan Hayter's in the frame here as well. Heavy breathing for him. Hayter following Roglic wheel. You can't quite see Roglic at the moment. Somebody from Bahrain can't quite pick them out just for now. Double checks over shoulders. And Hayter it is that's having a good old look-see. Apologies for that. Bardet's not that far off the pace either. And here comes Roglic. Roglic versus Hayter. Hayter has a look, allows Roglic to come through. Is that a wise thing to do at a moment such as this? Trek also very much getting involved. And Roglic, is he in his pomp? He's going to be on the line. It's going to be on the throw. Soon or Quickstep want to be involved. Roglic still there. Here comes Evenepoel on the barriers as well. Roglic looks easy as you like. Almost not even mouth breathing at the moment. Looks like Roglic. Is he going to be? Is he going to be the one? Oh, only just banging of bars here. And Primož Roglic makes the day his own, but only just had to go long. And even the great man himself nearly ran out of resources. What a finale.
What a finish that was.